Hello everybody. Alright, we're back with another video and the anonymous forum will always be there for anybody who needs it, but I will just get straight into this video today. We will be talking about this book I recently read, and I know some of you might immediately want to turn off the video now, like, come on, book review, what are we doing here? But yeah, this was actually an extremely interesting book called Kafka on the Shore, and I know I mentioned it in a recent video, and yeah, I completed it. It was actually a pretty long book, which not to say it like felt long, because it definitely felt really quick reading it. But yeah, it was 467 pages, and it's it was surprisingly amazing. Like, I don't know, I thought the ending would have been a little bit different, but actually I didn't know what to expect for the ending, but I thought it would be more ambiguous, more up to the reader, which I guess in many ways it is, but it's not one of the type of endings where you want to throw the book across the room, which I honestly thought it would be, because that's how the book kind of seemed. It seemed like one of those types of books. But anyways, as you can tell, this is very unscripted. Just I don't even know. I didn't even plan about mentioning any of what I just said. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about this book, and I invite you to listen if you care to do so. Holy moly, what the heck? I honestly don't know where I am in the Nether right now. I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going, but that's okay. That is all right indeed. Sometimes we're better off just wandering around. But yeah, I hope the music isn't too loud. It should be at a decent volume, I'd say. Should be pretty good. But yeah, something I want to talk about is the pacing of this book. Now, a lot of books, a lot of times we prefer scrolling rather than reading a book because it's a lot of commitment to read a book, to actually sit down and it takes a lot of focus, a lot of your attention, undivided attention that is, and you can't just do it mindlessly to pass the time. You have to really be intentional with books. And for a lot of people that's sort of what puts them off from books. But this book is it's paced in a way so that you never get bored really. Like it bounces between two characters. One is well, I guess they're both main characters, but one is Kafka and the other is Nakata. And Nakata is this old man who doesn't know how to read. He's pretty, I guess you could say dumb. But then Ashima, I mean, sorry, I'm skipping ahead here. Kafka is this young dude who's 15 and he runs away from home. And yeah, it's I know it doesn't sound interesting, but it really is because um let's see, I'm gonna look at my notes here because I know I wrote something down. But yeah, the book flashes between many different timelines. Not many, but I guess two primarily, unless you want to choose to think that it's three timelines. And that's the thing. I didn't really say a spoiler warning ahead of this because there isn't much of a spoiler warning with this book. It's very much so up to the interpretation of the reader, which is something I very much so like about the book. It's a book that kind of you help to create in a way, and that's an awesome idea. Awesome writer, Haruki Murakami. But yeah, so another key aspect of the book is the use of dreams. There's the line between dreams and reality is sort of blurred. You don't really know what is reality and what's just a sort of spiritual-esque dream. And that can be confusing at times, but also I didn't really find it confusing because it was pretty I don't know, I guess just the way that I choose to interpret the book as I'm reading, I kind of took everything at face value. Like I took it totally as if that was the truth and like that was reality. So even when there were aspects that were sort of dreamlike, I kind of just took it like, oh yeah, this is how the book is. This is how the world is, and this is how the way it goes. I don't know where I'm mining right now. Like holy cow, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just a lost little Minecraft monkey. But anyways, yeah, I another thing I want to talk about. I know this is like this I feel like I'm speaking pretty poorly right now, but yeah, the next thing I want to talk about is the interconnectedness of these two characters. As I mentioned, there's two main characters, Nakata, the old guy, and Kafka, the young kid who runs away. And there's a strong, oh my gosh, what the there's a strong interconnectedness between the characters of the story. Like everybody's sort of playing a role, I guess, for everyone else. It's really interesting. Like everybody serves a purpose in that story for, I mean, of course, that would make sense, but it's like everybody's working in the other person's interest, but not in a traditional way, I guess you could say. It's really weird how people go about helping one another in this book. And for example, this isn't really a spoiler because it happens pretty early. I mean, I guess it is, but I really doubt that most of you will actually go and pick up this book and read it. So the thing is that Nakata, he is the one that kills Kafka's father, but it's really strange in the way that it's Kafka who gets the blood on his hands. And the thing is, like, Kafka passes out, and so does Nakata, but Nakata, like, he's in this sort of weird reality where this dog leads him to this mansion, which is Kafka's dad's mansion or whatever, and Nakata sees Kafka's dad as Johnny Walker, the alcohol guy, and he kills him for eating cat hearts. And yeah, it's a wild book, really, a crazy book, but I know that's not really going to make sense to anybody listening here, but the point is there's a strong like there's a strong force between these two, and I guess you could call it magic since we can't really explain it. But dude, oh my goodness, what the okay, okay. So am I just underneath lava? Is that how this is going? Hold up. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I guess you could call it magic because it's sort of an inexplicable force that brings these two together and makes them interact in one another's lives. But yeah, it's extremely interesting how this book goes about doing that. And another big idea in this book is fate. And the person I've mentioned in my videos before from this book is Ashima. And this guy, he's he's very interesting in the way that he sort of he serves to the reader as somebody who provides a lot of allusions to like many classic books and music and many different things that sort of, if you're familiar with it, which I am not, unfortunately, if you're familiar with it, then you can better understand who these characters are and what their dynamics are like. But yeah, as I was saying, the these characters deal with the idea of fate, and Kafka believes that he cannot escape his fate. It is a sealed deal, something that he's just kind of bound to. Whereas Ashima is the sort of person who's like, no, you get to totally decide who it is you want to be and what sort of life you want to lead. You know, there's nothing that's kind of holding you down to this expectation or this life. You know, you are the one who has total choice. But yeah, then there's people like Nakata who he doesn't really think. He kind of just allows the universe, I guess you could call it, to guide him and to make the choices for him. It's like somebody else is always deciding for Nakata, which he doesn't really complain about. He just kind of goes along with it. Like he is, oh my, what? Holy cow. But yeah, he just uses himself as a vessel, I guess you could say. Very much so. I feel like it's an appropriate word. But dude, where am I? Where am I going, bro? Like, there's supposed to be a nether castle, but I have not seen anything like that. But anyways, I don't know how long this recording is. It's probably already 9 minutes long because that song just ended, and that was a 9 minute song, which that song always goes by really quickly. It's Free Bird by Leonard Skinner, I believe. Anyways, watch this. This is all gonna collapse. Whoa. There it goes. But anyways, yeah, I had something else to say. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then there's a lot to do with concepts, as I mentioned, like Johnny Walker being Kafka's dad. There's a lot of representation by different things. Even Colonel Sanders, he makes an appearance in the book, which is really funny. But the thing with these concepts are that they just serve a purpose in the book, just to kind of help move it along. They don't really have opinions of their own or traits of their own, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say they do have personality, but they're mostly there just to serve a purpose, and once they're done with that purpose, they, poof off, I guess. But I feel like we got to be closer, Now we're seeing magmas. That's got to be a sign, maybe. But yeah, the duality between Nocta and Kafka, you could probably already pick up on, the whole, oh shoot, there's an Enderman. But yeah, the whole like thing how Kafka's this young guy, Naka's this old guy. They're in very different positions of their life. Will this work? Will this guy come fight me? Does he sense me looking at him? I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Hey sir, excuse me. Excuse me, I'm looking at you. Okay, he doesn't even care. Yo, you're supposed to care that I'm looking at you. Hey, yo, I'm scared. Is he gonna? Excuse me, sir. Oh, 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 there we go. There we go. Come here. Oh, whoa, how are you hitting me? How are you? Come on, come on, come on, man. Uh, excuse me. Excuse me, I can't hit you. Bro, am I just bad at this game? What? Oh, there we go. Come here, boy. Yeah, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, let's go. Oh, no ender pearls. It's okay, it's okay. We fought at least. I know that was probably not entertaining, but anyways, this is not about entertain. Oh, wait, there was an ender pearl. What? Oh, shoot. Yo. All right, I guess I'm gonna throw these eggs. Let's see. Will we get a chicken? If I get a chicken, you're just stuck here. Okay. No chickens cursed to walk this hellish realm. But yeah, there's a lot to do with identity represented by all these characters, and a lot to do with seclusion, and that's a big tool that's used throughout the story. Like um, a lot of times the characters will go off and be kind of away from the world, which is really amazing and just like something I was thinking like, man, I wish I was in that position to be in a oh, I thought I saw something in the distance. To be in the position where I can like go up a mountain and just be away from the world, that's an awesome thing. And it seems very freeing based on the book. Like the character kind of just gets to exist away from reality, which is awesome. But yeah, a lot of these characters sort of depend on one another, as I said before. But the odd thing I realized right before I clicked record is that Kafka is always going on about how he like nobody's ever been there for him and everything. But throughout the entire book, the only reason that he's still there, still able to, make it through the world is because people are there for him. Dude, is this a fortress? Or is this just the void of space? Oh, this is a fortress. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my goodness, what? I thought this was like just the sky or something, like the endless void. Wow, we found the freaking fortress. Let's go. It is on fire. Anyways, but yeah, this is awesome. Nice. Okay, I think this recording is already like well past maybe 12 minutes. But I'll end it pretty soon. I just want to say a few more things. But yeah, how I mentioned identity. There's this other character, Miss Saeki, who is kind of stuck in the past. And yeah, this character Ashima, as I mentioned, they're very much so like, no, I'm gonna form my own identity. I'm not gonna have it decided for me by anyone or anything else. And it's a very like there's just so many amazing like ideas in this book to consider and to help me reflect more on like my own life and who I want to be in this life. And I really love that. Also, there were a bunch of blazes over there, and I guess now we have some gold. That's nice. Okay. But yeah, I just want to conclude this video. Okay, come on. Come on. You want to fight? Let's go. Oh, no, no, I don't want to hit the pigman. Bruh. Okay, okay. I'm gonna block this off. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude this video here. The way I would describe this book in one word, I'd say is surreal. Because that came to me while I was recording this. And wow, this song is pretty intense. It's pretty awesome though. It's by Pierce the Veil. But yeah, this book is surreal, very imaginative, very philosophical, I guess you could describe it as. And it allows me to view my own self as like what would I do in this situation? What would I do as a runaway, as a old man who's kind of lost through the world, just as lost as the runaway is. And it really helped me learn more about myself, and I really do love this author and reading and all of it and making these videos. I'm really grateful to be in this position. But yeah, man, I just want to conclude this video with saying one last thing actually. How earlier today I was thinking like I feel like the progress I've been working towards and all this stuff I've been doing has not really been amounting to much, but that's the thing about progress is you're not supposed to expect results immediately. And I feel like a lot of us often give up on our goals or something because we expect this immediate satisfaction. Like, yeah, I'll start running, I'll start doing this and studying and all that, and you expect suddenly to become a genius or to become a pro, and you miss out on the whole journey. But yeah, I don't know who needs to hear that. Maybe I really doubt that some people got this far in the video, but if you did, I'm hopeful that some of these words could have helped you. And I know this wasn't probably applicable to many people, seeing as it was like a sort of book review, I suppose you could call it. And actually, one of my friends had suggested that I would do a book review, and here we are. But yeah, I am concluding this video now. The anonymous form will always be there. Oh shoot, diamond! Yo, that's nice. But yeah, the anonymous form will always be there, and I wish you guys the best. I'm really grateful to be in this position to help somebody and to reach out to somebody across the world, and be a friend to those in need. Farewell, my friends, and I wish you the best.